Okay, welcome back. I'm patting myself on the shoulder just a little bit for being more succinct and a little briefer in that last video. And so I'm going to shoot for the same outcome with this as we talk about controlling anger and impulsivity. So there are some key concepts about feelings here. Feelings change. You can have more than one feeling about something. You can certainly feel differently than someone else about the same thing, and all feelings are valid. It is what you do with them that counts. So, how do we teach these key concepts or messages to children is uh, an important component of this unit. Anger, as we all know, can interfere with our thinking. Children need to learn how to recognize anger in themselves and in others and understand some appropriate ways to express that anger. So, we're going to talk about some ways to teach children how to handle anger. It's important to teach young children effective ways to control that anger and impulsivity in conflict situations because aggression and inadequate impulse control are perhaps the most potent obstacles to effective problem solving and successful relationships in children. Aggressive children are more likely to experience peer rejection and then continued social problems later on in their life. And evidence also suggests that aggressive children are more likely to misinterpret another friend or classmate's intentions as being hostile or threatening, maybe when they're not. Think for a moment, how do you feel physically when you're upset or angry, right? Children feel anger in different ways, just as we do. So the turtle technique was originally developed to teach adults first some anger management skills, and later was adapted for school-age children. And then since then, the technique has been adapted and integrated into social skills programs for preschoolers. And I like this one because it's nice and short. Here are the basic steps of this turtle technique. So, one, recognize that you're feeling angry. Two, think stop. Number three, go into your shell and take 3 deep breaths and think calming, coping thoughts. Things like, it was an accident, and I can calm down and think of good solutions, and I'm a good problem solver. And then coming out of your shell when you're calm and thinking of some solutions to the problem. Teaching these turtle techniques to young children can happen at large or even small group times. Uh, I found that a turtle puppet is really helpful and keeps children engaged during the lesson. The teacher can begin by introducing the turtle to the class. After the children get a chance to say hello and maybe give a gentle pat, the teacher shares the turtle's special trick for calming down. The turtle describes a time he got upset in preschool. You might even select a familiar incident for your children. And he demonstrates how he thinks to himself, stop, then goes into his shell and takes 3 deep breaths. And after he takes those 3 deep breaths, he thinks to himself, I can calm down and think of some solutions to solve my problem. And at this point in the process, the turtle technique is then used to demonstrate that when he's calm, he can come out of his shell and he's ready to problem solve peacefully. So, to create a sufficient level of practice, you can invite the children to practice the turtle secret. So, for example, children can practice going into their shells as they go under a large sheet and take 3 deep breaths, or an individual child could model the turtle technique in front of the whole class. You might practice in small group activities. Um, and that could include like making paper turtle plates with movable heads and arms that can go into their shells. Children can rehearse the steps with these little paper plate turtles. Um, yeah, I think there's actually patterns for those paper plates at the Socefl website. If anyone is interested in having those, send me an email and I will send you the template. Okay. The following slides show some different ways that teachers have helped children learn and practice that turtle technique. Um, And so on the right, we have this cool pinwheel toy that's been created. And you can see that the teacher has used a pinwheel toy to teach the children how to take deep breaths. She says to smell the flowers and then to blow out to exhale. There's a finger play to the tune of Where is Thumpkin that one teacher has done. Other teachers use this as an opportunity to reflect in small group. And another has made some turtle cards that can be worn in a pocket, in an apron pocket, or in your pocket that you can pull out as a reminder, or posters that can be put up maybe outdoors or in the classroom somewhere that are visible to children as a visual strategy to use this turtle technique. The relaxation thermometer is used to teach children to calm down using these steps. So first, children maybe decorate their relaxation thermometer with pictures of feeling faces that range from happy and relaxed in the blue or the cool section, all the way up to angry or stressed out in that red section. You can ask children to describe a recent conflict and together with the child retrace the steps that led to that angry outburst. And then you can write down the child's actions, thoughts, or words that indicated an escalating pattern. So, for example, thinking he always takes my toys and yelling and kicking. Then you discuss with the child the thoughts, words, and actions that the child can use to reduce their anger. And as you retrace the steps of this angry outburst, you help the child identify the place where they were aware that they were getting angry. And then this place is marked as the danger point on the thermometer. Once children have established that danger point, they can give it their own name: the chill out zone, the cool down, the code red, the hot engine. So this code word can be something that you can use to signal the child that anger or stress has reached a threshold, and that will trigger whatever you've agreed upon as a calming strategy, such as taking 3 deep breaths. You could consider 2 different feeling words that we don't typically teach young children, but that are really, really powerful. Those are tense or stressed, and calm or relaxed. Young children are often told to calm down, but they don't always know what it means. First, they need to be taught the distinction between tense, so we think of like a Tin Man, and calm, so relaxed, like a Raggedy Ann doll. Then describe how you get children from tense to relaxed, right? So talk children through ways that you use to change from one emotional state to the other and model that for them. And maybe one way is, again, taking those 3 deep breaths. Remember, they need to be really deep belly breaths, like you're blowing out birthday cake candles. And here's an illustration of a puppet that one teacher has used to facilitate role plays and some other practice opportunities in her class. Children might use the visual to indicate how they're feeling. Okay, and we're going to stop here and come back with one more video in a moment.